So we can see that this image has a lot of issues. It's torn, has creases, wrinkles. So what I like to do is use the eyedrop tool, which can select a certain color. So I grab one close to the impacted area. And then like a painter, I try and recreate the torn edges or holes as what I imagine would be in that space. Usually this is a pretty effective method, but you do have to be a little creative and use your imagination for what the shadows and areas would look like. Make sure you get all those small creases that you could miss. Now we have a picture of my grandpa Fred. As you can see, the color is really warped and it tends to bleed a lot. I isolated him and adjusted his exposure and color grading. And then, like last time, I took the eyedrop tool to repaint certain areas. But what makes this different is I used the magic wand to highlight the tree foliage, and I recreated this by copying and pasting the good tree areas into the bad ones, and then warping them so it blends evenly. I think that this turned out really effective, and I liked how it made the trees look real. The last image here also has a lot of issues: warped color, color bleeding, and little black flecks. So first I adjusted the color grading and exposure of the whole image to try and get it to look a little bit more natural. Then what I did was I used the eyedrop tool to adjust the background in a lot of the areas where you see the black flecks. I wanted to make sure that all of these areas were gone so that I could really focus on the two people in the image. I had to repaint the shirt on the woman so that the yellow tinge at the bottom left corner went away. I think this turned out really well. I also had to work with her eyes because they tended to get faded, so I wanted to really recreate the shadows that got lost in trying to adjust the color. I had to make sure to do a different layer for each task because I didn't want them to all be confined into one layer. I hope you enjoy my work.